Hey everybody, it's Judy Clock, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Middletown, Virginia, and I'm recording this very late. This was supposed to be my video for last Thursday, but the week got away from me. I'm knee deep in preparations for Stamppalooza, so time just got away. So I finally have a chance to sit down today and come to you and show you what I wanted to show you last week. So as you know, Stampin' Up! Uh, merged or took over close to my heart when they were getting ready to shut down. And that's a very big scrapbooking organization. So I used to scrapbook. As a matter of fact, before I started doing cards, I started out by scrapbooking. It's been a while since I've done it, but I'm starting to slowly get back in. And today I wanted to show you how, even though you're a card maker or a scrapbooker, how you can cross over and really do the other paper craft. So I'm starting with just a basic sketch. So this is what I call the triple banner sketch. And as you can see, this is like a card front, and it's just got the three banners with just a little sentiment and some gems. That's it. That's a basic card. Here is my sample using that gorgeous Painterly Pears designer series paper. And this is that beautiful two-tone cardstock. I just kind of ripped that. And as you can see, it's very easy to go from a sketch to a card. But how do you go from a sketch and a card into a scrapbook page? Really, all a scrapbook page is a larger canvas. So there's not a lot that you really need to change up. But let me show you. I took the same basic sketch, my triple banner sketch, and here I've got, let me bring this up so if I can bring this up a little bit, get more of this in view. I've got the same triple banner. I've got my, what I called my sentiment label. I've placed that down at the bottom, and I've added some photos. Now, these are just placeholders. I haven't really decided which photos I'm going to use yet, but I wanted to at least get my layout somewhat started. So as you can see, I've got my triple banners. These are 4 inches wide on my card. They are 2 inches wide. So I really just kind of doubled the size of my banner. And if you don't have a punch, a banner punch, I had that old triple banner punch that I used to punch the banners for my card. We also have the new Party Labels die set, Party Banners die set. And it's got all of these great different sized banners. So in order to make this, now as you can see, some of these banners are much longer than my die. So how did I do that? And that is what I'm going to show you today. So again, like I said, this is going to be a quick video, but here I've got my Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Let me just make the sandwich first. So because I'm using dies, I'm going to have my plate number 1, my plate number 2. Mine's warped. I'm actually going to put it upside down. I got a clear plate that has seen better days. I've got my second clear plate for my top. Now I've gotten here a piece of our designer series paper. As you can see, this is larger than my die. So what I want to do is I want to feed this in so that the paper rests on top of the top part of the die. Okay, and I'm just going to layer this here, and I'm going to make sure that my edges are even. I'm going to put my clear plate on top, and then we're going to run this sandwich through our Stampin' Cut and Embossed. But the thing is, with that paper has to be on the top, over the top edge of our die so that it doesn't get cut. We just want to cut that bottom edge. So here we have our paper. As you can see, because I had the paper laying over the top of my die, only my bottom edge was cut. So even though my paper is longer than my die, when I feed that through and I put the paper on the top, it's not going to cut out that top edge. So that's how I did my banners that were longer than my die. So I did 3 of these in varying lengths. They were all 4 inches wide. I did them, I think, at like 5 inches, 4 inches, or 5.5 inches, 4 inches, and then 3.5 inches. And I just then picked out some corresponding cardstock and kind of picked up the colors. I have the Mossy Meadow, the Secret Sea. I love the Secret Sea. And then this is, I didn't have Darling Duckling, but I had Crushed Curry. Close enough. So I just tore the edges, and when I tore it, I pulled it towards me. So here we have, here's our piece of paper, and I want to have that white core exposed on the same side. So I'm going to rip this towards me, and that will expose that gorgeous white core on my two-tone cardstock. And the two-tone, the other side is lighter, as you can see. Pull it over. So there's our darker side. There's our lighter side. It might be kind of hard to see on camera, but I'm just going to finish this because I'll use this strip for something else. Okay, and then I used one of these little strips for my card, as you can see. And the happy birthday is from the Sweet Jar stamp set. But that is really all there is to it. This, like I said, this is really just a very quick video. There's not going to be a lot to this, but I will have a blog post that will give you the measurements for all of these. The card is going to be our standard measurements. This is the sketch that I was working from. I'll put that in there as well. And then I just went from a smaller canvas from a 4.25 by 5.5 canvas to a 12 by 12 canvas. Now I'm going to add some more embellishments to this once I figure out what pictures I want to put on there. I'm going to have some journaling on the side, and I will just use some plain white paper mounted on matching colors, or I might just put it here. Not really quite sure. And then I'm going to make a corresponding spread, something that will coordinate, or not a corresponding, a coordinating um, spread for the other side that will show. So I'll have all my pictures. So I might put my story on here and all my pictures on here. But that is as simple as it is to go from a sketch to a card to a scrapbook page. So like I said, if you're a card maker, don't be afraid to try your hand at moving to a larger canvas. Just think a larger canvas gives you more space to work with. If you are a scrapbooker and you want to try your hands at cards, just think I need to scale down. I'm going to a smaller canvas. So like I said, I used 2-inch wide banners on my card and 4-inch wide banners on my scrapbook page, but all from just using the triple banner sketch. That's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this really quick, down and dirty video. It's under 10 minutes. Don't forget to follow me on Stampin' with Crafty Clock on Facebook, Crafty Clock on YouTube, and Crafty Clock on Instagram. I'll see you around this week. Bye.